Hi everybody, welcome back. I have a chicken planter today, and this would be perfect for a little spring, maybe some herbs, uh, or a nice little cactus. I'm going to do this one in white, but I'm going to use some micas. I'll probably do the comb and the wattle, so the comb on top of the head, the wattle here under its beak, in a red color. And the beak, I think I'm going to use like a yellowish red. And I don't want it to be pure white because chickens, I mean, they're white, but they're out and about. Like, I have chickens. My chickens are out and about. They love to pick around in the yard. They eat lots of bugs. Awesome for eating bugs, especially ticks in the summertime. And my chickens are not white. My chickens are Rhode Island Reds. I have Rhode Island Reds, and I also have a couple black ones. My rooster's black, but I don't know what kind the black ones are. They were given to us. Anyways, we're getting some more chicks this spring as well to add to our collection. It's awesome to have fresh eggs every day. To go out and get the eggs, and you can really you can see and taste the difference between store-bought eggs and fresh eggs. I'm just lucky enough to live out in the country where I have a nice chicken pen and I can let them wander outside. Anyways, back to our little planter. I have been thinking about I might use some brown mica mixed with alcohol inks and put on here just to tone it down a bit. And when I do my white is leaking and I'm not sure why. As you can see, it's a mess. It's a mess all over my counter as well. I'm going to maybe add a little bit of brown to it just to tone it down a bit. So I'm going to get this bottle cleaned up and then we'll get to coloring our chicken. Okay, I picked out a selection of brushes. I'm not sure which one's going to work best. And we'll turn this mold inside out. Now, as always, when you're working with micas and brushing them on, yep, you're going to have cleanup to do. And I think this mold is matte, I believe. I think normally with this mold, you would probably use one of the, like a Resinecrete or something, which I might do at some point, but I'm just going to use epoxy resin for today. Now, I'm going to start with, I can't pop his little head in here, so I'm going to be working blind to do the head and the nose and the wattle. So, and you guys are not going to be able to see what I'm doing in there. So the red I chose is this one called Ruby Red. Now I'm hoping it's more, no, was that the red? Yeah. I don't have a nice red of mica. Like this one here, the Ruts resin, looks, I mean, that definitely doesn't look red to me. So this is the best I have, I think, and that's what I'm going to go with. All right, that was a disaster. I went off camera because there is no way to be able to get into that head. You just cannot see what you're doing and you can't reach up enough. So I had some color, but I'm pretty sure I'm missing a good part of it. Probably got some color where I don't want it. And this one's probably better off being colored after the fact, maybe with some markers, which is probably what I'll end up having to do because you just can't see in there, guys, and you can't turn it inside out enough to do it. So, but I will go ahead with my other plan that I was going to do, the plan B, which was the, let me see if I can get into there a little bit more, which was the, to add a little bit of detailing to the chicken with the, see, it's all wet in there now because of me. Yeah. Okay. What a mess. All right. So let's turn this little guy or little lady inside out again. So you just cannot it's like, yeah, working blind. So my plan here was to take some, I want to see if I can bring out some of this detailing on here. So I've mixed some brown mica into some isopropyl, and I'm just going to rub some on here where the feathers are. Like that. I'm going to wipe this off when I'm done. Get some down into the tail. Like so. Okay, the back doesn't have, like back here, doesn't really have feathers to show any detailing on that, on there. Okay. Let me get some of the neck feathers here. Just like that. Okay, so I'm going to just take a baby wipe and see if we can just wipe a lot of this off. We just want to leave a little bit of detailing. Now I'm going to spritz my baby wipe with some isopropyl. Okay. I probably should have worn gloves to do this too. All right. We just don't want that perfectly white chicken. I might have rubbed too much off. I think I rubbed too much off on this side. Okay. Do a light wipe. There we go. Okay. All right, we're going to invert this back to where it was, and I'm going to get my resin mixed up and pour it. All right, I made up 8 ounces of resin. I split it between the 2 cups to put it in the bubble remover. Here I'm just adding some of my white resin dye paste and giving it a good mix. I do want it to be a nice bright white, so I'm add a little bit more in there, give it a mix. And I discovered that I made way too much resin. I really only needed about 4 ounces for this chicken. So I'll have to remember that for next time I do her. 4 ounces would be enough, and I made double that. So let's find some other molds to use. Now I have this paw print. Not really sure what it's used for. It's a pretty, thick mold, but I'm using my holographic glitters. This is the, I can't remember if it's called blue or, yeah, I think it's blue. So I'm just going to use that in that one, and then in my little chubby kitties here, I'm going to try out this one's the black color that I'm going to use. I think it's going to be nice. I don't think I've used some of these colors before. I know I haven't. I know I've used the pink before, but I think that's the first I've seen the black. And I'm also going to use the gold in one of these, and I'm going to use the pink. So here's the pink. I have used this before. I do know it's really nice. And I'm just using the same brush. I don't care if I get carryover. I did see somebody who I've had this kit mold for a while, and I saw somebody who uses like a holder for their paintbrushes and stuff, and I thought, well, that's a cool idea. So I'll probably use it for the same. You can, it'd be great also when I'm diamond painting. I think I might put like a sticky, you buy those sticky mat things that you can wash. I'm going to attach one of those to the bottom, and then it will stick to my diamond painting surface, and then I can just put my diamond painting pen on it when I lay it down, and that way it's not rolling off, because I have broken a few diamond painting pens when they roll off my desk. Or yeah, because I use a tilted desk when I diamond paint, like a drafting table. All right, so of course the holographic glitters look best when they are backed in black, so I made up some black resin, and I'm just going to fill these up with the black, and you'll see when they're done how gorgeous these turn out. Those holographic glitters are really nice, well worth buying if you do resin and you like, sparkly, shiny things. So yeah. All right, guys, let's let these dry for a bit, and then I'll be back for the demolding. All right, everything's dry. Let's take a look at our extras. We'll start with the little paw, which was done in the holographic glitters. Wow, look how pretty that is. Those glitters are so nice. That is so cute. I'm not sure what I would use it for. It's a little bulky for a keychain, that's for sure. Maybe just a decoration, a tchotchke. But those glitters are gorgeous. See how the light hits them? Those are nice. Okay, and then we'll get our little kitties out. Our little chunker kitties. I saw someone the other day was using this as a holder for her paintbrush. Oh, that's the purples that ever pretty. I love how the light picks those up. Wow, nice. Yeah, she had like her little kitty like this, and she was just pretty cool. And this one is the black. I really like that one. And this one is the gold. Yeah, those kitties are cute. Those glitters are really nice. The glitters may be the star of the show because I'm not sure about my little chickie here. Let's see. Let's get her out. She might just look like a dirty chicken. It might have been a mistake putting that brown in there. But let's see what we have. I know we're going to have to do, some touch-ups, but that's okay. So, well, I got the wattles pretty good. Didn't get all of the, I got some bubbles here. Bubble in her beak. Yeah, we're going to have to do some cleanup. That's okay. She just looks like a dirty chicken. Yeah, it's unfortunate about those bubbles, but when she had the resin in here, it was hard to squeeze that. So I'll know that for next time I do this lady. Okay, so let's see what we can do to fix this little lady up. Okay, I'm just going to add some marker. These are waterproof paint pens. is my rustic little chicken. I think she's adorable. Very farmhouse. You know what? Just despite, you know, the brown not working out, I think she came out nice. And, you know, you could just take a little bit of, oh, this is dried out greenery. My moss dried out. And stick a little plant in her, and look at that. Look how cute that is. You know how in your garden you grow the little hens and chicks? I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, but you could transplant a little hen or chicken there and from your garden. Look how cute she is. Okay, that's it for this one, guys. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.